What's going on, sentient beings? Whew. Whew. Oh, this new moon is Scorpio energy, though. I know y'all feeling it. I know you feeling it. Sheesh. Sheesh. Yeah, I definitely had to take a couple woosah moments. It is real in the field out here. I wanted to make a video a couple days ago, but I didn't. And here we are today. I'm having constant uploads and downloads and different things I want to discuss, and we're just going to see what rolls out of my mouth today. I keep seeing all these videos titled Breakthrough Energy. I think I might have watched one full video on the cosmic weather, the astrological influences, because as above, so below. We know this. Like, people, if you're into astrology, if you're into energy, you know, you feel things. Today I cried. I haven't cried in quite some time. Why did I cry? I was having a heart-to-heart with with my Pisces coworker, and he pulled out of me, man. He did. And I was like, I'm frustrated. And he was like, 'cause you want it now. He was like, you can't, you're not gonna get it when you're demanding it. We were like talking about relationships. I was like, where's mine at? Judgment, right? Perspective. He was like, you're not gonna get it like that, but you can manifest. You could think about the things you want before you go to sleep, and you can visualize. And he's right. He is so right, and that's how it works. But he's like, but you can't rush things, and you can't demand it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And he's like, and you know it all happens in divine timing. I was like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, but I want other things too. And I was like, and I just keep feeling this pressure, like this urge to like just jump. Like, and that's how I'll know that I already know I have wings, but it doesn't matter. If you didn't jump and you're not flying, you're not using your wings, then that's that. He's like, well, and I was like, yeah, but these bills gotta get paid. And he was like, oh, see, you're doing it for money. I'm like, of course I'm doing it for money. What are you talking about? My baby needs clothes. Like, what do you mean? I like buying stuff. Of course I'm doing this for money. He's like, well, yeah, maybe you're not following your soul. I'm like, I know. And that's why I'm frustrated. Sheesh. So, one thing I have forgot about this new moon, I know that the new moon is when the sun and the moon are conjunct. They're at the same degree in the same sign. So, you know, your sun being your actions and how you shine, what you do, and your moon being your heart energy, what you feel. So they're in alignment, supposedly, but a lot of times they're not. But during the new moon energy, they are. So it's like, you really feel like, damn, I want to do what it is I'm feeling and been feeling. And then in my natal chart, my moon is conjunct the North Node. So it's like, I'm supposed to be following my emotions. It takes me outside of my comfort zone, but it's part of my life path, part of my journey, and part of doing what's unfamiliar and going a different route. So like, that's why I make these videos. Like, I still get uncomfortable, or I'll be like a little shy. Oh shoot, hold on. Ooh, Princess of Shells, Princess of Gems, 9 of Gems, mad cards down there, y'all. Ooh, Signals, the Romantic. Okay, there's a lot of cards. I kind of want some very just clear, precise messages. But yeah, that's part of why I do this, even though it is me coming outside of my comfort zone. But I enjoy it. Queen of Roses, the leader. Oh, that's clear and concise. Oh, she has a flower crown on. Oh, I be feeling like that. I go around just like shining this light and oh, somebody said it today. Matter of fact, the same woman that I was speaking about 2 weeks ago in that tourist video, I said she might be a tourist. I asked her today because the one she was like, I'm gonna pray for you. And I told you, next time I see her, it was today. And I saw her, and she was like, I just love your energy. And I was like, oh, she was like, I just overheard you talking to them, and every time you come around, you brighten things up. And I was like, thank you. Because I remember her energy. And I was like, you be coming around talking insincere to me. I don't know. But when she went to walk away, I was like, hey, are you a Taurus? And she was like, excuse me? I said, are you a Taurus? She said, no, I'm a Virgo. And I was like, oh, wow. So then we talked about that for a moment. Yeah, you're going to get this energy where you're gonna hear about some astrology talking to me. Shit. So I thought that was interesting. And I was surprised that because I said something like, oh, you got to keep the faith, da-da-da-da, and then she walked out. I was like, see? Speaking of keeping the faith, because I found out that she works in, like, something having to do with faith and ministry and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, I just wanted to know if you were a Taurus because, like, you give, like a pleasant energy, like a Venusian energy. Like, you're always dressed so well. And, what I say? And I say, and you're encouraging the people. And she was like, nope, I'm a Virgo. She said, but my husband is a Libra. I was like, oh, okay, there's that Venus energy. And then one of my other coworkers was saying he was a Libra. And I was like, oh, but you're smart, so you keep up with his wordplay, huh? You're smart enough to handle him. She kind of smirked. She didn't say nothing. She just kind of smiled. Uh-huh. I know how those Libras be. They're awesome. They're super pleasant. You know I call them lion-ass Libras. I do. It's mad funny, because I know this Libra I was just talking to, and he told me he likes to lie. He was like, it's just a tool. Lies are just a tool. And he is a Pisces moon, so I'm like, yo, the two most lion-ass signs I know is them. Libra and Pisces. Scorpio's in there, but I'm gonna say Libra and Pisces all day. They're top two liars in my book, and he's both of them. I'm like, and he literally said out his mouth, he was like, yeah, I lie all the time. Lie is just a tool. But then when I told him, I was like, I always call Libras lion-ass Libras. I think he took offense. Because then he started making little comments like, oh, or maybe I'm lying. I don't know, because I'm a lion-ass Libra. Like, bro, you told me yourself this is what you do. Like, all you did was confirm what I already know. But anyways, yeah, they're mad pleasant until they turn into Aries, which they do that quick, fast, in a hurry. But, I mean, I'm the critic, so I'm going to see a flaw in all of us, including myself. I communicate about these things on the video. But yeah, today I just wanted to talk about, Princess of Wings, the messenger. Princess of Wings, I just wanted to talk about this energy. This card came out last time too. And how intense it is. You already know Scorpio deals with intensity. Its rulers are Mars and Pluto. Gratitude, confirmation. The sun and the moon are both in Scorpio. Mercury's in Scorpio, so our words and the way we're thinking. Mercury rules the mind. So it's a planet of commerce and communication. So yes, your words, like this messenger card, they're all in Scorpio. And it's Mercury retrograde. Retrograde has to do with redoing something, reviewing something, but like going back, double checking, getting into the details of it, reapplying, reevaluating. So all this is occurring in the sign of Scorpio, like the zodiac in the sky. That's where those three planets are at. Because The zodiac signs, the constellations, they're stars that do not move. The planets, they're stars that do move. So that's why all throughout time, like sailors, they use a constellation, they use the stars to know where they're going because their constellations don't move. They're always in the same spot in the sky. You know, we use the sun, which is a star that moves. We use that to dictate and tell our time. Whenever the sun is at its highest point, wherever you're at, that's considered noon. Let's see, farmers, they use the stars, the movement of the planets, to know when to plant certain things. They call the different seasons. Okay, that has to do with the stars moving their cycles. I think not their cycles, but I think it's actually called their orbit. But we use the stars for everything, as above, so below. We know it represents something energetically, like when the sun goes into where's the sun about to go to? But by the time the sun goes into Sagittarius, it's cold outside. Or like how the last one was like the beaver full moon, I believe. Because the beavers start coming out and building their dams because they can feel it. It's cold out. They know they need to make their dams for the winter time and all of that before the river gets icy and stuff. So as above, so below. These different cycles, these different movements of the stars through the stars that don't move, the constellations, is very relevant to us here on Earth. As above, so below. So that's why I communicate about it and I like to express how it's actually occurring and affecting my life. So boom, I'm a Leo rising. So Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. That's going to be my 4th house. Tell me why I got the text yesterday. Like, oh, you want to move to this location? But I already knew it was some bullshit, so I didn't respond. And then, when I ended up responding today, I sent my response. Like 2 minutes later, they sent me a response from a different person's phone, but they're all working together, they're all in cahoots, whatever. Send me a response like, oh, you're moving here on this date. Like, they just made this decision for me. So I'm like, I already told y'all I'm not super interested in that location. And that's not ideal for me. But now it's like, it's a clash. Like, you're trying to force me. 4th house has to do with your home. That's why I'm telling you this. So during the new moon energy, planting new seeds, I've received a text about moving to a new location. As above, so below. But you know Scorpio has to do with the emotions. It's water, and it's intense because Pluto is there. Pluto and Mars. Mars is the warrior on go time all the time. Pluto is transformation. That's why the 8th house, which is the original house of Scorpio, is the house of transformation. It's such a transformative area. Having to deal with the occult, sexuality, things in the shadows. Your subconscious. That's a great Scorpio word because still waters run deep. I can see that's Scorpio energy. I can see the iceberg right now. You know how the top of the iceberg is above water, but the whole rest of it, the main part of it, that's your subconscious energy. That's like Scorpio. Under the water. In the depths, going down, 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 down. That's why it deals with your subconscious. That's why the 8th house is the house of psychology. That's why it's an occult house, you know. The subconscious. That's all about that occult work. You already know. And the power of your mind and going into those dark, deep places and transforming it. That's 8th house energy. That's Scorpio energy. What are those people called? Psychologists. Because like I said, the field of psychology. And I like to call Scorpio the detective. They're always aware. It's like a spider web. Something steps onto that spider web, they know exactly where it is and what's going on. They read emotions very well. All right? So, and just like Scorpio is a water sign, just like Pisces and Cancer, and then there's Scorpio. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Really, it's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But there are three different modes. Cancer is going to be your cardinal sign, so they're very active. They like to start things. They're great with ideas, and it rules the fourth house. They're very protective of the home. They have a great connection with the mother. It's that mother energy. Scorpio, that's going to be the eighth house. That's a fixed water sign. So you got Cancer, it's a cardinal water sign. You have Scorpio, which is a fixed water sign. So it's like ice. So it's like, and then it's fixed, like stubborn. And then you have Pisces, which is like the ocean. It's a mutable water sign. So it has to do with connecting the dots. And that's how you get the zodiacs. You have 4 elements times 3 different modalities. Water, earth, fire, air, times cardinal, fixed, and mutable energy. So the 3 water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you have cardinal, which think of it like steam. Think of it like water can be in 3 different forms. Steam, liquid, or ice. But it's all water energy, but it transforms to different, it operates in different ways depending on the modality. Is it steam, is it ice, or is it room temperature water? So I think of like Pisces like the ocean, like, and then anything in the ocean, they're aware of it. They got that echo radar location. They feel it. They feel the vibes, the frequencies. That's like Pisces energy. They're in the ocean. Like Pisces is the ocean. They feel all of that movement. Scorpio is like the spider web. You step on that spider web, boom. They sense it. All right. Pisces feel Scorpio senses. Cancer, they just fucking know. They got that ancestral great mother download energy. And they're psychic. They're the psychics. So like I said, they just know. It's how it works. And it's the same concept with the other signs and the various other elements, earth, air, and fire. You're going to have one that's a cardinal energy, one that's a mutable energy, and one that's a fixed energy. So they operate in different ways. The mutable energies, you'll notice they tend to be around a lot of people. It's going to be Sagittarius for the fire signs, and then its opposite, which is Gemini, the air sign, and then Virgo, the earth sign, and Pisces, the water sign. They're all mutable energies. They connect with a lot of different people. They make the connections, bring people together kind of concept. Then there's, so I already told you guys I went through the water signs. Now I'm going through the mutable signs. If you're talking about cardinal signs, Aries is cardinal and its opposite Libra. Starting things. Great ideas. Getting things going. And then there's Cancer and Capricorn. Capricorn's a cardinal earth and its opposite, 180 degrees away, is Cancer, which is a cardinal water, as well as what's the other, Libra, cardinal air, and its opposite, Aries, cardinal fire. Gratitude, confirmation. So then we have just the I did mutable, I did cardinal, fixed signs. Taurus and its opposite, Scorpio. Taurus is earth, fixed earth. Scorpio is fixed water. And then the other fixed signs, Aquarius, fixed air, and Leo, fixed fire. And you know, them 4 signs I just said is stubborn AF. Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. It's because they're fixed signs. There's one in each element. So that's how zodiac works, you know. Then there's that ophiscus. I was learning a little bit about that. It has to do with like the energy of breaking free and the caduceus and going into 13 to break out of the 12 gate cycle cage scenario. I was like, this kind of makes sense. And I'm pretty sure we're in that energy right now, or like on the 19th. Today's the 19th because tomorrow's my brother's birthday. Yeah, we're in that energy right now. And that's how I felt today. Like, oh, you just need to jump. Just jump. Like, just use your wings. I'm like, but what does that really mean? You know what that means. You know how you feel. You feel like your soul is just like, what are you doing? You're just being a soulless zombie robot machine. And I'm so much more than that. And I know that. I'm like, well, you can't let this just like deteriorate you. Why are you doing things that make you sad? I'm like, because I like this money. even though it's a little bit of money. And I'm like, but don't complain, but be grateful. But also, it's like, I gotta start putting way more energy into what nourishes my soul. Like I always say, nourish your divinity. That's literally the slogan to my business that I haven't been operating. And I will feel so much better about life in general. Like I know I'm made to do more than just pay bills and die. And I said it today. I was walking, what's his bottom card here? King of Wings, the professional. I said it today. I was walking and I saw one of my coworkers. I was like, you know, I just saw our other coworker, and he kind of cheered me up, and he was talking to me, and he was like, really, what happened? I was like, oh, I'm just a little frustrated. And he was like, well, why? What's going on? I'm like, I'm not doing what I want. He was like, well, what do you want? And I was like, I want to publish my book, and I want to get paid just for existing and talking and communicating these messages. Which that was the first part, was a messenger, and this one, a professional. It was the Princess of Wings, and this is the King of Wings. I said, I want to get paid for talking, for just being me, for communicating these messages, and I want to publish my book. I want to be free. So you got to get over your own insecurities and egos and things of that nature. There's nobody stopping me from publishing a book. And I got to not let other things pull me down, other people's energy working against me. Shit never stops. I swear it's because I'm an Aries moon. I'm like, why is everything a battle? Why? Well, you know, I do have a polarizing energy. I'm a Leo rising, so like I shine bright out this bitch. And apparently that bothers people. So they be looking like, what can we do to pull her down? And we got to work together to get her. I'm telling you, everything. But I know they never let me down. And that's something I was just telling my daughter. I was like, yo, you know what this is. You know who you are. You know what's going on. You know what happens when people start using their energy against you. You know, you just be minding your business, and then you'll find out about X, Y, and Z occurring. Bad things happen to them. Maybe they shouldn't be plotting on me. Ooh, what's that? Nine of Wings. Obsession. They should not be obsessing. That's the Nine of Swords energy. Yeah, and I'm glad it came out the 9, too. Because see, that's what I'm talking about. Backstabbers. That's really the 7 of Swords. Whole time they want to take your place, but they're obsessing. They use their energy, and I feel it. I'm aware. My moon is in the 8th house. I know. Like today at work, I felt it. I'm like, it's so. You can feel that quietness, but it's like the still waters run deep, and I could see the way everyone was looking at each other, and I'm like, something's occurring. Something that I've already been preparing for like the last 2 weeks for sure, but because I know. And look, right now Uranus is in Taurus, in my 10th house. Something random's gonna happen in my career, profession, what I know for in the world, my reputation, your workplace. And I told you how these people be, but they don't know I'm 9-9. That's that Teflon energy. I'm bulletproof. And guess what? The bullets bounce back. And the energy you throw, that shit get returned to sender quick, fast, in a hurry. And I just be minding my own business. And I learned this pattern happens I learned it over time. I'll find out. Like something didn't feel right. And then later I'll end up minding my business and I'll overhear some information. Or people will come and tell me information about people. And I'm like, oh, wow. So, you know. Speaking of Mercury retrograde, let me see. Last time I did laundry, I ran into someone that I met from when I was in the shelter. That was 11 months ago. Wow, almost a year ago. So that was what's up. I feel like I ran into somebody else from my past as well. Where did that happen at, though? And who was it? I know I ran into someone else from my past. And I was like, Mercury retrograde. That's mad funny. I tried to catch the bus someplace, and then that didn't work out. It was mad weird. I didn't understand why. That was on the 11th, matter of fact. Yeah. I ended up taking a day off that day, too. I was like, you know you want to be home. Sacrifice. 8 of shells. Word. And get someplace different and better. I sacrificed that day at work so I could put my energy where I really wanted it to be. in this soul work and growth and development, and towards honoring and giving reverence to my ancestors. Since I know they never let me down. One thing I learned, one thing I found, I know they never let me down. And I say that for a reason. Uh-oh, two of gems. Change. I know. Uranus is in my 10th house right now. Uranus is like that lightning energy. Taurus has to do with your second house, stability, earth energy, Taurus, food, nourishment. Maybe not your values. Nourishment is more like a 4th house Cancer word. Second house would be Taurus, your values, earth, grounded, stability, like I said. Yes, change is occurring. I know. Whether it's mine. And because this is what's going on with all this intense Scorpio new moon energy, the sun and the moon are both in Scorpio. Conjunct Mercury, which is in retrograde, is right there. And then that was the other thing I forgot. Lilith. Lilith is also in Scorpio, conjunct this new moon. Lilith is the rebel. Lilith is, they want you to be Eve, but you need to be Lilith out here. Lilith is that hidden information. Lilith is use your wings and fly. I use my divine tricks, broke up out the matrix. Yes, I want to publish my channel raps and redo them. There's so much I want to focus on and put my energy towards, and I can, and I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm doing it. And I'm going to continue to do it more and more. And just put myself in a better... Oh, this says be soft. And there's